Do you ever find yourself utterly exhausted, carrying the weight of everyone else's requests, just because you couldn't bear to say no and disappoint them? Psychologists categorize this as the people-pleaser personality. It is a behavioral pattern where you prioritize others' expectations over your own basic needs, like sleep, nutrition, or rest, simply to avoid conflict. Many people struggle with this cycle. This behavior is a learned response, often tracing back to childhood environments where peace was maintained by constant compliance. Grab a pen and paper. Over the next 5 minutes, we are going to walk through a practical 7-step tutorial designed to help you build functional, sustainable boundaries. Completing this tutorial provides you with a set of tools to reclaim your schedule and ensure your time and energy are spent on your own priorities. Step 1 focuses on breaking the fawn response, that automatic, high-speed reflex to instantly please someone the moment they make a request. Instead of an immediate yes, you are going to use the pause technique. This involves asking for a time buffer before giving any answer at all. Use the phrase on screen, "Give me some time to think, I'll let you know." Using this phrase deactivates the immediate pressure of the interaction. It provides the necessary space to evaluate the request away from the other person's gaze. Now that you have that time, step 2 is to assess your internal capacity. During your pause, ask yourself, do I currently have the physical energy and the literal hours in my day to fulfill this? Think of your capacity like this battery. When you load it with external tasks without checking your levels first, it depletes into the red, leaving you with nothing left for your own life. Prioritizing your own energy is a requirement for long-term health. It is a protective measure that keeps you functional. Combining the pause with a capacity check shifts the dynamic. It gives you the ability to make an informed choice, which is the starting point for any boundary. Step 3 is about building confidence through micro-decisions that only affect you. Start making small choices, like what you wear or which route you take, without checking in with anyone else or asking for their approval. These small, independent choices act as practice repetitions. They strengthen the mental habit of self-reliance before you have to face a major conflict. Once you are comfortable making internal choices, step 4 moves to communicating those limits to others. A common error is delivering a boundary with a defensive or overly apologetic tone, which signals to the other person that the limit is negotiable. Practice a physical posture that is relaxed yet resolute. Keep your face neutral and your voice steady. State your limit clearly. You can provide a brief reason if necessary, but avoid long justifications that invite the other person to argue with your logic. A calm delivery prevents the situation from escalating. It demonstrates that setting a limit is a standard, protective act, rather than a personal attack. Step 5 addresses the fear of rejection, which is often strongest when you disagree with a group. When your opinion differs from the majority, state your position with quiet firmness. Apologizing for having a different preference creates a false sense of peace and undermines your credibility. Step 6 focuses on using precise language to ensure your boundaries are understood. Vague "we" statements or accusatory "you" statements often obscure the boundary and cause the listener to stop listening. This diagram replaces vague language with "I" statements. Notice how the focus shifts immediately to the speaker's needs. Using "I" forces you to own your feelings. It clearly communicates your perspective without triggering defensiveness in the other person. Finally, Step 7 recognizes that some patterns are deeply rooted in past trauma or complex family dynamics. If you find that the previous steps feel impossible to start, consider booking a session with a clinical psychologist. Enlisting professional support provides a way to dismantle psychological habits that have been hardwired over decades. Look back at your notes. You now have a framework to pause, evaluate your own capacity, and communicate your needs. These steps work best when supported by a realistic view of what a relationship should be. It is not your duty to destroy yourself to keep others happy. Relationships are for sharing happiness, not begging for it. Apply Step 1, the pause, to the very next request you receive today. Are you ready to set your first boundary today? Type Y for yes in the comments, or N if you still have questions about the process. Subscribe for more tutorials on improving your mental health.